Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. Today we are going to talk about the topic fraction. Fraction. What is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole expressed in figure placed on top of another figure. A fraction is a part of a whole expressed in figure placed on top of another figure. For example, 1 is a whole number, 2 is also a whole number, 3 is a whole, 4 is a whole. So when these numbers are placed on top of another number, it becomes a fraction. Example, 1 over 2 is a fraction, 3 over 2 is a fraction, 3 over 4 is a fraction, because these wholes are placed on top of another figure. So now they becomes a fraction. They are no more a whole. So what are types of fractions? We have types of fractions. We have proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. In proper fraction, you can see that the denominator is bigger than the numerator. For example, the proper fraction, we said that 1 over 2 is a proper fraction. Now, in this proper fraction, you can see that the numerator, which is the one on top, is less than the denominator. This is the denominator. The denominator. So you can see this one is small, this one is large. So this is proper. It is proper for 1 to be carried by 2, but for 2 to be carried by 1 is improper. So here we call it proper fraction because, for example, one person, it is proper for 2 persons to carry 1 person, but it's quite improper for 2 persons to be carried by 1 person. So let's just put it that way. Now, in this improper fraction, if you watch improper fraction, you can see that 3 over 2, meaning that 3 carrying 2. Sorry, 2 carrying 3 is improper. How will 3 persons? It is improper for 3 persons to be carried by 2 persons, or 4 persons to be carried by 3 persons. But it is proper for 2 persons to be carried by 3 persons. So this is what it simply means. So mixed fraction is a kind of fraction gotten from improper fraction. Every mixed fraction must be gotten from improper fraction. Here you have in mixed fraction, you have a whole number with a fraction. A whole number with a fraction. So you can see that this 2 whole number, 1 over 2, simply means 5 over 2, which means that if you multiply 2 times 2, we give you 4 plus 1, 5. So it becomes 5 over 2. That is why it is called a mixed fraction. So instead of you putting it 5 over 2, which is improper, you can put the 2 whole number 1 over. Instead of you putting it in this form, 5 whole number 5 over 2, which is improper fraction, you can also put it 2 whole number 1 over 2, meaning that 2 divided 5 is 2 remainder 1. So that is simple. Now, without wasting much time in this thing, so we are going to talk about what are the importance of fraction. The importance of fraction. Fraction is very, very important. Very, very important because it helps so many scientists or engineers, even science students, to check or to calculate or find out the how equations are being related. For example, if you want to make such of the formula sometimes in fractional form, it gives you the idea of making what is called cross multiplications. So with the knowledge of fraction, you will know how to do cross multiplications, cross multiply. You cross multiply values. So let us not go into the more of the importance. We have to focus on the way of solving problems involving fractions. In Solving involving fractions does not create any difficulty once a student understands the word board math. How can you solve a problem involving fraction? Whenever you want to solve a problem involving fraction, my brother and sister, you need to get the knowledge of board math. What is board math? Board math is a symbol or is a principle or a step that makes a student or let's say somebody that have interest in mathematics or calculation to understand is a step to understanding the principle that involve in solving a problem that involve fraction of different signs. For example, I mean the sign like multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, and so on and so forth. So we'll talk about board math. What is board math? Board math B, it stands for bracket. B stands for bracket. O stands for off, which is expressed sometimes as multiplication and when you are solving. D stands for division, and most stand for multiplication, which is sometimes we call it times. A stands for addition, which sometimes we call it plus, and the S stands for subtraction, which is also called minus. Now, in solving problems that involve a fraction, Fraction problem will always follow the order of BOD where B comes first. After B comes first, then we consider off before considering division, and so on and so forth. For example, let's solve this example where we have simplify the following: 2 whole number 3 over 4 plus 3 whole number 2 over 5 minus 1 whole number 2 over 3. Now, in solving this kind of problem in board with using board mass, you have to consider the board mass first. That board mass, you check if there is bracket in the question. If there is no bracket in that question, you now check if there is off. If there is no off, you go for checking division. If there is no division also, you go for multiplication. If there is no multiplication, you check if there is addition before the last one, subtraction. So let's check the equation where we have these symbols. These additional, multiplication, other signs. Now we have only addition and subtraction. So you have to consider the part of the addition first, because here we said that addition before subtraction. So you consider the part of the addition first. So the part of addition is going to give us 2 whole number 3 over 4 plus 3 whole number 2 over 5 minus 1 whole number 2 over 3, which is equivalent to this. The whole of this can also be put in, can also be put in this form, whereby you multiply 2 times 4 will give us 8. 8 plus 3 will give us 11. So it becomes 11 over this 4. Plus this plus that is here, we also come back here. 5 times 3 give us 15. 15 plus 2 is going to give us 17. It becomes 17 over this 5 that is here. Minus this minus. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. It becomes 5 over 3. So you can see that we said that mixed fraction is gotten from improper fraction. When you watch all these fractions, you can see that they're all improper fractions. So in that note, we are going to consider the board mass addition before subtraction. So here you consider the whole of this place, because this is the additional side, addition before subtraction. So picking all this now, you now have something of this nature. You now have something of this nature, where you have something of this nature. You have something of this nature. So is you have something of this nature, where you have from the board mass, addition comes first in this case before subtraction. Therefore, you now consider the whole of this one first without looking at this one. You just look as if you just feel as if you're not seeing this one for now. Now, LCM of 4 and 5 is 20. How do you got that? You did 4 times 5 multiply, which is going to give us 20. But sometimes you can also use this pattern here, where you just draw a drafted table and you put in the values. 2 divided by 4 will give you 2. 2 divided by 5 cannot, because there must be a remainder, so this one cannot. So 2 go to 2, you put 1. 2 go to 5 cannot. The only number that can divide this number is only 5, because 5 go to 1 is 1. 5 go to 5 is 1. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So the LCM is 20. I like using this approach in order to get my LCM. This approach is the best to use. Use this approach to get your LCM. It is very, very dynamic and very strict, and it gives you the actual LCM that you are looking for. So at the end of the day, you can see that the LCM is 20. So since it is now 20, so we now say 11 over 4 plus 17 over 5 equals to the LCM of both of them will be taken into consideration. Therefore, 4 go here, give you 5. 5 times this 11 will give you 55. Plus this plus that is here, 5 go here will give you 4. 4 times 17 will give you 68. 55 plus 68 gives you 1, 2, 3 over this 20 that is here. So 1, 2, 3 is now substituting the whole of this value here. Anywhere you see 11 over 4 plus 17 over 5, you put 1, 2, 3, because that is the answer you got from solving them. So in that note, you now pick them, you now pick this value and fix it into this place. You're not fixing this value into this, you're not fixing this value that you got from this these solvings. You now pick this value and substitute it here. The whole of this thing, the whole of this fraction here gave you this value 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 over 20. So anywhere you see this value, you put 1, 2, 3 over 20. So here now we are carrying this value here now, which is now representing this value. The whole of this fraction is now getting this fraction, which is the answer to this fraction. The answer to this fraction is this. the answer to this fraction is this. So anywhere you see this fraction, the whole of this fraction, you put in this one. So now you are having 1, 2, 3 over 20 minus, this minus is the minus here, over this 5 over 3 that is here. So minus 5 over 3 that is here. Now also look for a LCM of 20 and 3. I have told you before. Now when you fix in the whole of this value now, here now, the whole of this now is now becoming this. Then you now check that, you can now see that the here is now replaced into this place by this equation. So now look for a LCM of 20 and 3. LCM of 20 and 3. So I told you something that you can multiply them, but I don't like multiplying. I like using this one, this pattern. This pattern is very simple, where you just draw a drafted table and you put 20 and 3, which is the denominators, fix them here, the denominators. This is the two denominators, fix them here. 20 go to 10, 20 go to 2, sorry, 2 go to 20, give us 10, 10. 2 go to 3, it cannot, bring back 3 back. 2 go to 5, 10, give us 5, 5. 2 go to 3, cannot, bring back 3 back. 3, what number we go again? The only number that can go again now, 3 is smaller to 5, so 3 we go first. 3 go here, 1, 3 go here, 5 we come back. Then 5 go here, 1, 5 go here, 1. Therefore, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 5 is 60. So the LCM is 60. So since the LCM now is 60, you can see just like what I did here, I said 20, 2 to 20 give us 10, 2 to 3 is 3, 2 to 20, 10 is 5, 2 to 3 is back 3, cannot. What we go here is 3, because 3 is less than 5. So 3 will go first, 3 go here is 1, 1, 3 go to 5 is 5. 5 will now go, 5 go here is 1, 5 go here 1. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 5 is 20, 60. So also now becomes 60. So when they come here now, you now say 60 is 60. This is 60 now, which is the LCM. How do we get this one? 20 go to 60, we give us 3, 3. 3 times 1, 2, 3 give us 3, 6, 9. Minus this minus that is here. 3 go to 60 is 20, 20. So 20 times 5 here, we give us this 100. So this gives us, when this minus this, subtract this from this, it gives you 269 over 60. So how many times can 60 divide this 269? 60 divided by 269, that means we give us 4, 4. That means 4 times 60 going to give us 240. 240 plus 29 will give us 269. So you can see that when 60 go into 269, it will give us 4, 4. So the remainder now, remainder 29 over 60, which is the answer to that question. So in next lecture or next lesson, we are going to be talking more on this number 3. Then you have to try this number 2 by yourself. These are the hints here. Look at the hints. Since you are considering board mass here, you need to solve the bracket. Look at, we have a bracket here. Solve all the things in brackets first. But in solving the equation of this form, I will tell you in the next class, I will tell you how to use the division sign in terms of solving fractional problem using board mass. Thank you very much. I want to wish you that the next topic, just like I was showing you the number two procedures here, the number 2 you can still try it, but in the next class we are going to talk more of this number 2. We are going to talk about the number 2, question number 3. This is the number 3. Talk about on this number 3, and after the number 3, we will tell you how to solve the problem that relates to that number 3, and this is the continuation of the number 3. But like I'm still brief it small, let me just brief